I'm reflecting how I want to be remembered for. Have you ever asked that question? How you would like to be remembered for? I write an entire chapter about this in my book, Intuitive Business Connections, and it's titled Your Dash. And it talks about your entire life, could be 100 years of living, of struggle, of trying to go through, trying to better ourselves and all of the dramas that humans go through on Earth. But at the end of your lifetime, when you walk through the cemetery, your entire life is just one dash. So for me, I almost call it like a cemetery meditation, to walk through a cemetery and realize the things I take so seriously and I feel like are so important. Will this actually matter 300 years from now? And it's nice, if you're ever in a fight with your loved one or a child or coworker, whoever, will you guys actually remember this? Will this be important 300 years from now? Most definitely will not. No one will know. No one will know you existed. You were even on planet Earth 300 years from now. So it really puts things back into perspective quickly for me. Okay, our life is short. Time passes fast. And how do I want to be remembered as? What is that dash? There's a lot of exercises. And I've done a lot of them. I'm not just, telling you to do it. And me, I haven't had this reflection. One of my dreams was to be a hospice volunteer. And so we get to go through a lot of these processes of looking at our own death and what that looks like. And one activity was writing our eulogy. So writing it out, that's really profound. I encourage you to do that exercise. How do you want people to describe you? Is it to have the nicest car? Or is it to be the most loving human that's ever walked this planet? I hope it'll help really align you to your future goals. Another one is, if you only had, a month left to live, really shortening it, really, really keeping it short. 1 month. Everything is dealt with. All of the logistics of funerals and whatever, that's all been handled. How do you want to spend your last month? Really stop. If you don't think about that now, the first thing that flashes in your mind, you probably won't after this video. The first thing, there's no judgment. It could be, I don't know what it could, I have no idea. We're all so different. We all have so many different gifts. I have no idea what yours could be. I would love to hear it. I would love to see it in the comments. How would you like to spend your last 30 days? It's, I think, very important and essential questions that we need to stop and ask ourselves. There was one summer. Summers are usually my slow season. And I tend to, if I don't have really big projects, I would tend to get bored. This is a few years ago. And so I finally practice what, a lot of spiritual teachers talk about, which is live every day like it's your last. We hear this often. Live every day like it's your last. But have you ever done that? Have you ever woken up and said, today's my last day on earth? I did for a summer. I tried every day. I tried, it's hard to switch back into our maybe worry mindset or the hamster, whatever. We're human, but a good month, I'd wake up every day and go, today is my last day. Beautiful sunny day, but I would have to work. I have to work. This is I'm very conscious of my vocabulary. Back in the day, I'd say I have to work. But when I was living, today is my last day on earth, it was shifted to, I get to work today. I get to spend 1 or 2 hours with this client today in a beautiful sunny summer day. Sometimes we'd have classes outside, with a, iced tea right by their in their front yard by a lake, wherever they lived. It was magical. But then it was not work. It was like, this person in front of me is so important. And this is such a magical moment that I get to share with this person on my last day on earth. And then it would go to a next chore of, oh, I'm going to walk my dog. And watching my dog walk, watching my dog smell, watching my dog happy brought me so much joy. Joy that I normally didn't notice. Then it was like, okay, I'm going to cook. Wow, I get to have the opportunity, because I don't like cooking. I really don't like, I never prioritize that. But I get the opportunity to nourish my body and make it feel good and feed my loved ones. It just, everything became so magical. And I really encourage you to try this exercise, even for the next week. Just every day, wake up, today is my last day. And see if you're going to lose your temper. See if you're going to scream at the stranger or smile at the stranger. See if you're going to let that argument at work really bother you for the whole day. This is your last day. It's your last day on earth. Do you really want that to bother you all day? It quickly puts things in alignment, and it's just fun. It sounds so sad, but that summer was so nice. And I remember, going to help my friend move, and I'm in the car with him, and I was explaining my project that summer. Every day is my last day. Today, I hate moving too. I hate moving. I was like, today is my last day. I want to be of service. I'm going to help my friend move boxes, which I normally hate. But as I was telling him my story, we passed beautiful sunny summer day. We passed by an accident scene where a truck hit a motorcyclist, and the motorcyclist died. And it was such a profound reminder, literally any day can be our last. Like that motorcyclist probably just left his house. And then there was this white sheet, and that was his last day. So we never know. And I want this video to be just a gentle reminder. Instead of having to hit a bus, to have a gentle reminder that you can live every day like it's your last now. Do what you really want to do. Don't let the things bother you. Have love in your heart. Forgive others. Smile at a stranger. Open the door for someone. Where I moved, I'm from Saskatchewan, which is a very, very community-oriented province. It's just, the people there are so loving, and it's heart-centered, and you go anywhere and people talk and the lines, and it's just very friendly. And then I moved to another part of Canada where the culture is very different. And when I would go and just open the door for someone, like a man or a woman, that's how I was brought up. You open the door for people. They would be stopped and be shocked and didn't know how to react and didn't know what to do. And it was always this awkward, interaction for something that, should just be a normal nicety of the world. You help people, you open the door, whatever can assist someone, little acts of kindness. And so anyways, I have kind of whatever story comes up. I'm trying not to judge. I just want to share as they come up. I never know what I'm going to share when I'm doing these videos. I just let the stories come up. That's how I wrote my book. I had no idea what I was going to talk about. In my morning meditation, I'd close my eyes. I'd have the title, and then all these stories would come up, and I'd go to my computer or I would transcribe and I would just write the chapter out. And I really feel like I channeled that book in 2 months. It took me 2 months to write. Whereas my first book, it took me 5 years. I was in my head. I was trying to be something. In this one, I'm not trying to be anything. It's like, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. I have a decade of experience. And if this can help anyone, great. And it just came through. So this is how I am in the videos. I felt called to talk about this today. Felt called to bring awareness to be nice to strangers. I don't know why that keeps coming up, but be nice to strangers. Have kindness, have compassion towards yourself. Be gentle on yourself. Appreciate every day, appreciate every moment. I know it's hard. We get wrapped up. And then another video I talked about how we get so wrapped up in our to-do list, and when we're not in the flow, we get stressed. And I relate. I'm like that. I'm in the trenches. I'm like that too. And I try and create more space in my life and peace, and that's my value. I value that so much. And so if I can inspire anyone to just slow down a little bit, slow down, appreciate your life. Go walk through a cemetery today. See your life as one dash, your birthday and your death date. Write your eulogy. How do you want to be remembered as? What contributions do you want to bring to the world? I think that's our purpose on earth, What is our purpose? What is our purpose? There's so many answers. I think one purpose is to serve others, to be of service to others. That is, I think, the biggest the biggest medicine, the antidote to depression. Those who have depression, I believe, are prescribed to go and help someone else. Once you stop thinking about yourself and you start helping someone else, your depression naturally melts away. If I'm having a bad day, or if I taught, at the beginning of my company, when I had a mentor, if I didn't have him as a mentor, I would not be in business today. And actually today marks my 11th business year anniversary. 11 years. And this day I'm always super emotional because I remember the person I was 11 years ago. This really young woman who had so many judgments about herself and who had so many fears and anxieties and just the unknown of how to do anything in business, to building something I'm so proud of and having a team and clients. And today I received 2 5 out of 5 reviews from my team, from my company online. It's just so touching. So today is a big day for me. It marks 11 years and how I was, to look back at that I almost want to call her a young girl. She was, at that time you couldn't do anything online. That's funny. At that time you couldn't do anything online. Like, I would advertise in the paper yellow pages, the big book. That's my little ad I'd put, there was no online. And I couldn't register my company online. So I drove an hour in the traffic, super scared, parked, going to a new building, new office, a big city that scared me because I'm a little prairie girl. And went to the desk and I said, I want to start my company. And I want it to be called Axon Unique, and waiting for the approval. And it's just that day 11 years ago was so big. So I think it's fun to stop sometimes and realize, where we started, how far we've come. And it's all by little steps, little actions. So that's just a big summary of kind of reflection on your life. I should call this reflecting your life. Your future life, your past life, but also your present life. So I want to end it at that today. And I look forward to reading your comments. Please share this video with anyone who may need Maybe someone who's going through depression right now, or starting a company and feels like that young girl, or that, just that young innocent girl just trying to start, whatever age you are, age is irrelevant. Or someone who is looking for more fulfillment in their day. So please send that to who this may serve, and subscribe, and get that bell notification to know when the next video will be up.